UNC-TV. Which of these homes belong to you? If you're watching now, are you the one that supports UNC-TV? If you are, thank you. If you're not, become a member now. Call 1-800-984-9090 and make an annual gift of $25 or more. Our staff is standing by to welcome your household into our family of supporters. Wouldn't it be nice if every home that watched UNC-TV became a member? Only you can make that happen.
You're watching the 11 stations of the University of North Carolina Center for Public Television. This is UNC-TV, learning for a lifetime.
Major funding for Carolina Calling comes from North Carolina's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
I have the power.
I have the power.
I have the power.
The power of human connections. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Additional funding is provided by North Carolina's Northeast Partnership, dedicated to improving economic conditions by providing leadership and financial support to promote economic and tourism development throughout northeastern North Carolina. And the North Carolina Division of Tourism.
Discover the state you're in. North Carolina.
And from UNC-TV viewers like you.
Welcome to Carolina Calling, a showcase of Carolina talent. Tonight's show features Talent Search winners Laura McMahan, the Faulkner sisters and brother June, and Ryan Baisden. Music historian John Crenshaw. The Carolina Calling Orchestra and the Dove Brothers. Coming to you from Spirit Square in Charlotte, here's your host, Arthur Smith.
Well, thank you for allowing us in your home again. And a couple of things important to North Carolina I want to bring up. Babe Ruth hit his first home run in Fayetteville, North Carolina, March the 7th in 1914. And the first miniature golf course was built in the United States, was built in Fayetteville also. Pepsi Cola was born in New Bern, and Krispy Kreme Donuts, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I want to share a story with you. I won't tell you where I got this story, but this couple, 60 years old, been married 30 years, and they were visiting at dinner one night, and a genie popped up on the table, and the genie said, well, y'all have been great people, and I have a wish that I'll grant to each one of you. One wish per person. The woman said, well, I've always wanted to go around the world, and so, whoosh, there was a ticket for a world trip in her hand. And the genie says to the husband, sir, how about you? And he said, well, I have always wanted a wife 30 years younger than me, and whoosh, he was 90. The Carolina Calling Orchestra.
You got to be careful what you wish for there. I'm looking forward to hearing some of this good North Carolina talent tonight. Tony, kick us off here.
It seems that the world, especially the United States, can go crazy over 12-year-olds. And we've got one of the reasons here on Carolina Calling on this particular program. From Marion, North Carolina, Laura McMahan. And she's going to sing for you, There Goes My Baby, Laura. Let me talk to you. How you doing?
Good.
Sit down. Laura, who's your favorite singer, Laura?
Probably Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. She's a great one, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And you really into country music, you?
Yes, I like country music.
Good. Any other type you listen to a lot?
Well, I listen to pretty much all different types of music.
Oh, that's good. I want to say, don't have to, I want to say this about Laura McMahan from Marion. She's not just another 12-year-old sensation. She's a real 12-year-old sensation. And I want you to sing another song for us, too.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you, Laura. Laura McMahan. And that's the way it is.
I can read your mind, and I know your story. I see what you're going through. Yeah, it's an uphill climb, and I'm feeling sorry, but I know it will come to you. Yeah, so don't surrender, 'cause you can win in this thing called love. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. When you question me for a simple answer, I don't know what to say, no, but it's plain to see, if we stick together, you're gonna find a way, yeah, so don't surrender, 'cause you can win in this thing called love. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. When life is empty with no tomorrow and loneliness starts to call, baby, don't worry, forget your sorrow, 'cause love's gonna conquer it all. Oh, when you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it. Don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is.
Now for a walk down memory lane.
Well, you know, neighbors, you get a bunch of boys that pick and sing together every so often, like the Cracker Jacks down here at the Melody Mountain store.
Hi there.
Everybody wants to sing and everybody wants to play.
Well, let's do one where everybody sings.
Just so everybody will be happy, here's an old tune. Everybody plays, everybody sings. Black-Eyed Susie.
All got drunk, all got boozy, all got drunk, like a Susie, hey, like a Susie, ho, like a Susie, hey, like a Susie, ho. Yeah. Well, the other day I went downtown, I met a gal named Susie Brown. Her hair was black, her eyes was brown, the prettiest gal in all that town. Hey, like a Susie, ho, like a Susie, hey, like a Susie, ho.
This week's special guest, John Crenshaw.
One of my favorite types of music is, and has been for a long time, Southern gospel music. And when I want to talk about Southern gospel or listen to about it, our next guest on the program is the man that I always think of and go to. A real historian, a preeminent collector of Southern gospel music, a man that can sit down and talk about almost anybody in the business or that has ever been in the business, their songs, the makeup of the different quartets and everything else. And he has no trouble speaking for himself. From Hickory, North Carolina, Mr. John Crenshaw. John, come on.
Thank you, Arthur.
Good to have you, John.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you inviting me.
Well, we're glad to have you, John. Of course, your name comes up with a degree of regularity with anybody that is discussing Southern gospel music. How long you been this interested in it?
Well, I started going to the singings, and of course, we're talking North Carolina, Reynolds Auditorium in Winston-Salem, probably when I was about 10 years old.
Right.
And I followed the groups for probably 6 or 8 years, and it seemed like all the groups that I got so I liked started either, such as the Statesman Quartet, well, they disbanded. The Oak Ridge Boys went to country music. The Imperials were always, had a very contemporary sound, but just went a little more contemporary than I cared for, and I kind of lost interest in it for, 10 or 12 years.
I see.
And then, I guess it was around 1988, Charlie Waller began the Grand Old Gospel Reunion in Greenville, South Carolina.
I see.
And brought a lot of these old groups back together.
Yes.
And I guess that kind of really perked my interest back up in the music and the groups.
Right. Well, I know I attended that with you last year.
Exactly, exactly.
And you knew everybody there, and everybody there knew you. So I got introduced around, and I appreciated
well,
it.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. I've had the opportunity to work with writing some for Mr. Waller and working some through the Grand Old Gospel. I've done some of the MC work down there. I got to know a lot of people through that and learned a lot about this music that
What's your collection of Southern gospel like? The music or records? Or
Well, I've got quite a few albums, quite a few 45s, and I have a lot of transcriptions, things that very few people have, just things that are in the hands of just a few of us collectors. And we pass it around in our little community of collectors, shall we say. But,
right.
And a lot of memorabilia, pictures, a lot of recordings.
And you've even got some tapes, some video.
We do, and I was going to share some of that with you today. You know, this being Carolina Calling and a focus within the North and South Carolina, I found a recording by the Blue Ridge Quartet. Now, they were based out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, but the particular recording that I want us to listen to today was made in WBTV studios in Charlotte, so it's got a very big connection to the Carolinas.
George Yount singing bass with them back?
No, it was right after George left the group. So Burl Strebel's the bass singer, and of course Elmo Fagg, Ed Sprouse, Bill Crow, and a good friend of mine from Lincolnton, North Carolina, Kenny Gates, is playing the piano for him. Of course, I think he's living in Inman, South Carolina now. But he's a dear friend, and I think we would enjoy the Blue Ridge Quartet